What's up and welcome to this week's vlog. So right now it's currently Monday evening and it's just about to go 8:30. So market wise, nothing really too much to talk about today. The market has been corrective, usually finding its feet. That's usually what Monday and Tuesday are all about sometimes. This week I'm going to try and vlog as much as possible. I'm going to give you an insight into some of the things that I get into behind the scenes, what I'm working on right now, still keeping some things private, but just giving you an insight into what I'm working on, what I've found, and any entries that come throughout the week, I will let you know and I'll show you that and I'll try and document the entire process. So yeah, pretty pumped for this week. It should be good. I'm going to leave it here and I'll see you tomorrow or Wednesday for a bit of an update.
I know it's gonna hurt, but you're worth fighting for.
So I just wanted to check in. So right now it's Tuesday morning. It's currently just about to go 10 AM as you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen there. And I'm currently in the one trade. So got in earlier this morning. So currently in Euro Yen, currently watching Euro Aussie as well for the long. So I'm going to see how those to develop. But if I just show you on MT4 what it looks like, if we can just get that to focus. Perfect. So I'm in that trade from these areas here. As you can see, this is the entry point and then the second dotted line, if you can see that, hopefully, let me just turn the brightness down so you can see that. Should be able to see it. There you go, should be able to see that there. The second dotted line is my stop loss, so I've just trailed it up, not a break even or anything at this stage, still got a little bit of risk on the table. So I'm just going to see how that one develops. But that is Euro Yen. So what do we have? So the reason why I executed this trade, if we just have a look at this for a second. So higher time frames clearly pointing to the downside, however, definitely looking at a short-term buy due to the low time frames. So if we just look at this, what do we get? Well, we got three sections, right, making up that clear descending channel. And then what I liked about this is the moment we broke this red line here, we were just showing a false breakout because price started to break in the form of a descending channel, pop back up, showing the mass psychology there. And then as soon as that popped back up with that momentum, that's when I look to get involved in the market in these areas here, and then just riding the wave to the upside right now. So that is Euro Yen. I'm going to see how that one develops. What I'm interested to see here, if we just remove this, what I'm interested to see here, the hour is just closed, is if we get another correction. Let's say we get something like that, I'll look to take that long. Or do we actually start forming more of this with an ascending channel and then start breaking to the downside? If that's the case, no problem, I'll just look to lock in profit in these areas here. But yeah, just looking to target around the 125.20 area, so hasn't got too much to look to be, and then we'll see how price develops. And then same thing on Euro Aussie, to be fair. Euro Aussie's just formed with a little bit of a wick, so I'm going to give that a few more hours, but same psychology, same analysis on Euro Aussie, just waiting for that first correction in these areas here to then potentially take that long. And then yeah, we have a decent target with that because we can look at these areas here, these areas, or potentially these areas. So that should be a nice one, but I'll keep you updated. Just want to give you a quick rundown of the positions that I'm currently in right now, and we'll see how those develop today. So just wanted to check in. So right now it's just gone 11 AM I think. Yeah, just gone 11 AM. Just wanted to check in because it's been an hour or two since I last checked in with you. So Euro Yen is currently running nicely, still impulsing to the upside. We've got, it's running at 3.8, but I'm more interested in the profit that I've got locked in. I haven't really got too much at this stage, so I'm waiting for the market to present an opportunity to lock in profit, and then I will do. But right now it's just a patience game, see if we get any potential scalings, or if not, just ride the wave with this trade. And there's a potential for other trades as well. So seems to be a good day for the euro so far. So the euro's popping, Euro Dollar, Euro Pound, Euro Aussie, and of course Euro Yen as well. So I'm going to see if I can get involved in those trades as well, should they develop. But right now they need a few hours to develop. So in the meantime, I'm just going to ride the wave with Euro Yen. But something I really want to touch on here as well is that, have you ever had to learn things the first time and then go back and learn it a second time to really ingrain it? I feel like I've done that with a lot of things right now, because the amount of times in the past where we'd have a very good day or a very good couple of weeks in the market, and I'll be so focused on backtesting and be so focused on other different work, and I will be it would take my distraction away from the markets, from the live markets and live trading, that I would slip up or I'd miss a trade or I'd do this or I'd do that. Whereas right now I feel on the ball, I feel mentally sharp, I feel in tune with what I'm looking at in the markets. So in these periods, although I'm going to be backtesting, although I'm going to be doing a lot of other things behind the scenes, I'm going to be keeping more focused on the charts, because it's not that you can't slip up, because there's always an abundance of trades, but it's just making sure you're in prime condition so that when those trades develop, just take the trades. Because when you're backtesting, right, you take every trade, you take every single trade. Whereas with that in mind, you have a probability model, you have an edge that plays out over time. Whereas in the live markets, if you miss a trade or you miss a couple of trades, that affects the probability model. So you've got to minimize that as much as I can, which I'm trying to do right now. Also as well, just before I get back into the charts, just wanted to touch on something quickly, because I keep getting questions from you guys on previous videos and private DMs and stuff like that. People asking me, you know, how was that whole transition period? Because I never really touched on it, never really spoke about it in too much detail, of leaving Falcon, becoming independent. What was the first few weeks like? So right now I feel like I'm finding my feet. I'm in a big experimentation mode, figuring out what I'm going to keep, what I'm not going to keep. But that first few weeks, man, that first 4 weeks was pretty difficult. It was pretty tough. You know, a lot of mistakes, a lot of bumps in the road, a lot of slip-ups. But equally, I feel like, although that happened, I feel like everything stepped up to a new level as well. But figuring out equally what I'm going to take forward, what I'm not going to take forward. And then I'm also testing a few different additional entries, experimenting with a few different things. So from that, I'm figuring out what can I take forward from that. And I'm just in the whole learning period right now. So feels good. But yeah, that's where I am right now in terms of things. But I'll give you an update in a few hours time. We'll see how the market develops, and then I'll give you an update in a few hours time if anything changes. So just a quick update. So it's currently just gone 1:10 So I'm now out of the trade for 3.25. So as you can see, I was looking for price to push to the upside, and then what happened next is that I said in the last video that price retraces aggressively on Euro Yen, and because I was trading Euro Yen, as soon as we saw this retrace here, I'd already got profit locked in, and then I was taken out with that bearish candle there. Because what I found in backtesting as well with this pair is that if you're running 3, 4, 5%, price will just pull back aggressively. So I don't want to give 4, 5% back to the market to then be taken out for break even or a 1% loss. It's just unnecessary in my opinion. So just this pair specifically, I'll then manage this differently according to the pair behavior. So pretty interesting pair. And then in terms of any other pairs, so look at Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie just started to pull back there, so we started to retrace just ever so slightly. So this could be forming a deeper correction before we head higher, or we can just completely move to the downside, form a double bottom before then heading up. So it'll be an interesting one. I'm just going to take this as it comes. I'm not going to force this one. It needs a bit more time, so I'm just going to keep my eyes on that. And then Euro Dollar is pretty much the same. So I'll keep you updated. I'll give you an update either tomorrow or Thursday, likely tomorrow. See what develops today, see what price action develops like, and then we can go from there. Just wanted to give you a quick Wednesday update. So right now is just about to go 7 p.m, 10 minutes off. So today's been a very, very hot day in the UK. It's been like 30 degrees. And the other thing can be cool right now, or has been today, has been cold baths. Apart from that, I've been, you know, very, very sweating. You know, it's been crazy. It's been hard to work in. So I could not work in a foreign country. But apart from that, the markets have been, you know, still trending to the upside. So in terms of things like Euro Yen, stuff like that, it is a shame that I'm not in that trade anymore, because it would have been a nice trade, you know, pushing to the upside to these areas at around 106, 126. However, it is what it is, something to learn from, but that was a very nice move. And I was looking at a few pairs. So I was looking at things like, what was I looking at? Aussie dollar. I think there's one more, but it just didn't develop how I tested. So I'm fine with not getting involved in that. But apart from that, just been doing my thing in the background, and I'll give you an update tomorrow or Friday, likely tomorrow, just to see how the market has developed, anything I've been working on in the background, etc, etc. So I will see you then. Just taking a trade on Kiwi Dollar. So right now is still Wednesday evening, and it's about to go 10 o'clock. So I didn't take this right now, took it about an hour ago, just before the spread hours begin to kick in. But currently in this trade, it's currently just a break even, so it hasn't really moved at all yet. And I've only just been triggered in the past hour or two. So we're going to see how that develops. So if we take a look at the higher time frames definitely looking clean for more upside. So use that as a bigger picture, then going down to the lower time frames, and then natural first impulsive move, first correction to then get involved in the trade to the upside. So going to see how this one plays out, looking interesting. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I'll keep you updated and I'll let you know how it plays out either tonight or tomorrow. Quick update with the second position of the week. So this is Kiwi Dollar. I showed you a quick clip last night before I went to sleep. This actually ended up taking me out for a loss, so price pushed down. Then we got a big spike up with news and then start to push to the downside. So I'm fine with that. I took a 1% loss here, which leaves me on net 2.25-ish, around about that region. So it is what it is, it's part of the game. One win, one loss, just about moving on, going on to the next one. So see if anything else develops this week. If not, I'm fine with that. But hopefully we get some more opportunities either this week or definitely next week. Slowly but surely getting that back tested data down. So this is the first run through. This was prior to filtering down the trades, improving the strike rate, etc, etc. So this is the first time around. Ignore all the bounces here because that's not correct. So if we just take a look at that, and then the second time round, as you can see, smaller profit and loss by around about 3%, but the strike rate's gone up to 66.67, less trades taken, much better. So just tweaking a few things like that. And yeah, this is just one pair, this is just one setup itself. Obviously got multiple pairs, multiple setups, so this is coming together nicely. But things are shaping up nicely. Thursday afternoon right now, so I just got finished up with a workout. So it says 27 degrees in here, so it's been hot, probably one of the hottest conditions I've had to work out in. But pretty fun, I'm just dripping with sweat now, so I'm gonna get back and have a cold bath or a shower and just refreshing up a bit. But in terms of market wise, nothing really too much on watch for the rest of the day. Things could shape up quick, but things look like they need a bit more time to develop. So for me, it's just about staying patient, wait for the trades. Could be next week before we get another trade or that fits my style, or could be tomorrow or tonight, so we'll see how that forms. But yeah, the plan for this morning was just a back test. So I finished up with Aussie dollar Q1, Q2 2019. Got some really interesting data, and it's the second time round. So yeah, keen to see how the second lot of data pans out, because the first lot of data was pretty interesting. So keen to just refine, improve the strike rate a little bit by just filtering through the back testing results, and just get it as refined as possible, so that I can move forward, and then it's something that I can scale for the next 5-10 years. Obviously you're going to adapt. That's the thing in the markets, I always used to be set in the mindset that once I get my style down, or once I get this down or that down, I'm going to be set for the next 10 years. But I'm quickly learning all the time, especially recently, that the market conditions always change. I've talked about this in the previous video. The market conditions always change. So an entry that is playing out very nicely now or 6 months ago doesn't necessarily mean it's going to play out in the next 2 years. So you have to be open to adapting. I find that those who are very close-minded are the traders that tend to fall off and just get caught up, or don't progress as much as they probably can. That's what I'm finding right now. Whereas if you adapt and you learn to recognize the market before it comes or as it's coming, instead of 6-12 months later, then you're quick to adapt with what needs changing, and then you can ultimately progress a lot faster and then be on top of your game. So that's what I'm finding right now within the market. So although I'm backtesting this stuff right now, these could play out for the next 2-3 years, and then it may change or things may adapt within the market, which is very likely. So just got to stay open. So just going to capitalize on what is present right now within the markets, but ultimately just stay on top of the game as always, and just look to scale. So it's going to be an interesting next few months, but the plan for me right now is just to get a cold bath when I get back. Honestly, it's 27 degrees right now. It's pretty hot in the UK. We aren't ready for this, man. We aren't used to this weather, but yeah, cold bath time, refresh, get back to the charts, get back to a few things, and I'll catch up with you all tonight or tomorrow and just give you a quick update again. See you soon. So just a mini Friday update. So right now is just gone 6:05. So just under 4 hours left until market close. It's been a good week in the market. So just the 2 trades taken for me. So the Euro Yen trade and then the Kiwi Dollar trade. Happy with them both. There are a few very, very small details that I'm going to definitely dig into
tomorrow when I'm journaling both trades, especially on Euro Yen, because that should have been possibly a lot more, but it's you know, it's all right looking back at that in hindsight, but there are a few things that I should definitely fix. But I can kind of not be hard on myself because I am experimenting and trying to find my feet and with a few things I mentioned on Euro Yen as well. That price likes to pull back, so have been backtesting that, and over the course of the long run it does play out. So there's a few things like that I'm working in the background, but yeah, good week in the markets, happy with both trades, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Good week, and I'll see you in all in next week's vlog, and have a good weekend, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.
With